Let's talk about, another question that we've touched on our last episode about the kind of property we want to choose. Townhouse, apartment. You talked highly about townhouses, I know, but I wanted to understand with you, to do a small reality check to understand if even now, during this time, it's still the best return to go for a townhouse, or some apartments, with the change of prices, are still a good place when we're talking about returns only.
It's all about the budget. Let's be honest. Not everybody can afford the townhouse and villas. Everybody has their own range. So if you are looking within the category of 2.5 million and above, yes, I would highly recommend to go for townhouses and villas. You won't find much options, to be honest. There are very limited options and you have to accept it and go for it. But if you're looking anything between 1.5 to 2 million or 1 million category, go with a reputed developer, go with a master community. There are good number of options available. Developers are giving you good payment plan, good discounts, good DLD waivers. I think go for it. You will make good money in coming time. Just don't go with any random developers doing the construction for the first time, any random area. That's where you will see a red line coming in your life.
Sure, definitely. And let's talk about one more thing that everyone is still looking for these days, the distressed deals. At the beginning, we didn't thought it's going to happen. Yes, later we understood that it is happening in some sort. But let's talk about it right now. Are we still seeing distressed deals? Are they even maybe grew larger because the time has passed by and people are, starting to need their money back? What's the situation right now regarding distressed deals?
What is distressed deals? It has a different meaning for different people, let's be honest. Some people are expecting market to go down by 40%, 50%, and then they will buy. They are looking at the deals with the tier 1 developer communities and the prices down by 30, 40%, which is not going to happen. That is not called distressed deal and that will never happen. So people calling it distressed deal on the properties which were sold at a higher prices, and if these properties are selling minus 20%, minus 25%, and still nobody is buying, people are thinking that, oh, market having a distressed deal. I don't call it distressed deal because that units were sold overpriced at a wrong location.
So now, do you still think that they can find something, with T1 developers, or maybe, maybe a secondary, or maybe someone that's looking to drop his property off?
You won't find anything in minus in a tier 1 developer. You want to get into a tier 1 developer and you want to take advantage of the market. Yes, accept the fact you will buy a property which was at the original cost. Yes, there are deals in the market. There are some of the owners who cannot continue with their payment plan and they're looking to sell at their original prices. And that original prices are 10 to 15% below the war prices. So if you would have bought in January or February, that prices were 15% above. So if you're getting it 15% from that prices, yes, it is a distressed deal. I call it as a distressed deal.
Yeah, and during this time, I feel that a lot of realtors, a lot of brokers went down, talking in podcasts like that, or talking with their investors or something like that, and gave a lot of advices, a lot of tips on how to handle, what to do in this current situation. What is the worst advice that you've heard, over social media or anywhere regarding investing in Dubai real estate right now in the last few weeks? You remember any sort of a bad advice like that?
I've heard many, to be honest. I was talking to different investors and all very like, my broker is telling me, wait, sir, market will go down by 40%. Market will go down by 50%. And I was laughing at that time. That, let's see. Let's wait. We all are here. Let me connect with you after a month. Let me connect with you after 2 months. And let's see. So these brokers coming in the market, for new people coming in the market and advising that, wait, sir, you will get 40% minus, which will not happen. They haven't seen any crisis. They haven't seen COVID. They haven't seen 2009. They are just bluffing a number, which I think it's a wrong advice to an investor and holding them to buy. Just because you want to crack a deal, you want to showcase yourself that you are the smartest realtor in the market, you're advising wrong to people.
Yeah, and on that note, we're discussing a lot now in this episode and also in others that you work with a lot of high net worth clients. So I want to understand in this point of time, because you are working and talking to a lot of them, are they doing, as someone that has 20 million to invest in real estate property right now, is doing things differently than someone who has like 2 million dirham in this market right now? Does they understand the market differently? Does they understand the opportunities differently?
Yes, there are. So as I told you, I am dealing from 2 million to 20 million different categories of buyer every single day. And in my company, I get cases like that every agent has different category of buyer. And I see the mindset of a guy who is investing 2 million versus a guy who's investing 20 million. A guy investing into 2 million, what is he looking at is just a deal. He believe in that I want minus 20%, I want minus 30%. What is he looking at? That minus figure, a maximum minus figure in his purchase. He's not understanding the fact that what minus 20, 30% you're looking at, that price, by the time market will come, you will reach to a original prices. You are not going to make such 50, 60, 70% appreciation or double the money. Whereas a 20 million guy, he's understand that I need location, I need a right developer, and I need a right project, which was always in high demand. These three factors makes a difference between both the mindsets.
And let's try to be to look a little bit down the line in the future. In 12 months right now, what do you think the prices will go to? Let's say if we look at the next 12 months in Dubai real estate, what is your estimation on the prices and their shifting towards the time?
I think in next 12 months, we are looking at least market to go up by 15% from current market. Yes, we are down by 15%, 10 to 15% from January prices. So I think we will reach in next year the prices which were in January. We'll reach back there because by the time we will see the Etihad railway will be going on, we will see next year the flying taxis will be coming in UAE, and all these factors will bring the prices back to the January prices.
Yeah, and you feel that the situation right now will come enough, because I think there's some people who are still afraid to get back to Dubai. And the power of Dubai from growing and the fact that they are right now back to their home countries maybe for a lot of reasons and not returning yet. Do you feel they will feel safe enough to get back to Dubai?
I don't see any people that were not coming back to Dubai, let's be honest. Whoever I was talking, they were out because they were having work from home. The kids were having homeschooling. That's the reason they took an advantage of spend their time with their family. But by the time school started, offices asked people to come back on the work. People are back. Everybody is back and they feel very secure. Let's be honest, if you go to any malls during the weekend, you go to beaches any weekend. Last Saturday, JBR, if you see, it was overly packed. The traffic is back on the roads. Yesterday, I was on a Hessa street. I saw the red line and I was very happy seeing that red line that, wow, the traffic is back in Dubai.
Yeah, and it's funny that we are happy from traffic, right? Like it's the opposite.
Yes,
definitely. And I want to understand, after 15 years in the market, you saw every crisis, every boom, every client that you saved and everyone that you couldn't save. What would you do differently, over those 15 years, knowing all the lessons, all the things you've gone through? What would you suggest or recommend to younger Pankaj than now to do differently about, Dubai real estate or anyways here in Dubai?
Yes, I have done some mistakes, and of course, you always learn from your mistake. I always tell everyone, try. I know you're making a mistake, but at least fall forward rather than doing nothing. But so by doing this, I'm always learning in my life. So to a new Pankaj, I always teach that study more and more. Always put yourself in the buyer's shoes. He's putting his lifetime savings, he's putting his portfolio, giving you his portfolio to handle. Doesn't matter the price, it's either 1 million or 100 million, but you should always put yourself in his shoes and always believe in a long run vision with him that once he will make money, he will go longer with you, he will bring his friend circle to you. So I'm not anymore a Pankaj who will just offer anything. I'm a more secured Pankaj who study more data and offer to the investors.
I definitely agree with you, and I wish that sometimes I feel that Dubai, I myself right now in some sort of a deal when I got promised way too much than actually could be done by few people, and it's very, very common in Dubai to when you're getting into a deal, you're getting so many promises and so many things. Everyone tells you, you can do this, you can can do that, and when the time comes, it's not like that. Why is it so hard for people here to sometimes say the truth when it comes to real estate?
See, brokers are looking for deals. They are looking for immediate business, especially people coming new in the market. It's not an easy market. Even if you talk about, not now, even before war, the market was very competitive. 80,000 brokers in the market is not a small number. It's in a small city of UAE, especially Dubai. 80,000 brokers is not a small number. So people are looking for immediate money. They're not thinking about what will happen tomorrow. I need to carry forward this investor tomorrow. What I believe in, that increase your circle of investors. Have that investors with you forever. Whether you make a small amount, you make a bigger amount with them, but rather make forever money with them. So yeah, that's a difference between, I would say, a broker and an advisor. A right advisor do not get into an immediate deal. A broker is just getting into a deal. He will give you kickbacks, he will give you commission, take the commission, and I will make 10,000, 5,000, no problem, I'll give you the money back. That's not a right way of doing business.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think that finally, that at the end of the day, people are understanding that better than, let's just make the deal. I hope that that will neutralize the market and make sure that the right people are staying in. Pankaj, thank you so much for this episode. It's been fascinating as always.
You're welcome, Ilyas. It's always been a pleasure.
Thank you.